I said I'm not going to record, and I probably won't, but Wolf Creek 2 director's cut. I didn't know there was a director's cut. Oh, Ryan Core's in it. Cool, I like him. And this one's R-rated too, just like the other one. But he looks a little less spooky. So, like, he just looks annoyed. Like, what is it? The one's Outback becomes a place of horrors. Another unwitting tourist becomes prey for this crazy serial killer, pick on Mick Taylor. I mean, that's just the last synopsis for the other one. Hold on, let's see what the last synopsis. Okay, so for that one was Mick Taylor, an Outback force loner, larrikin, expert hunter, hunts wild boars for a living, but now has switched to a different beast. Specialty being tourist. It's literally the same synopsis. Okay, fine. I'm gonna give this a watch, but I swear I don't think this will be any different. I feel like he's still gonna be the cat that plays with his toys, gets bored, pushes them aside, aka kills them, but like, we'll give it a go, alright? See, that doesn't even look scary. Okay, fine, he has a shotgun, but doesn't even look scary, bro. But I do find it really funny though. This came out in 2013, and the year before I started really going into heavy with movies. But when this came out in 2013, I ignored the trailer, because why not? I mean, I didn't like the first one. Bad core memories there. But when the posters started coming out at cinemas, I would like totally ignore the poster because I was like, nope, I'm not watching this. And now, look at me. A couple of years later, what, a decade later, watching it? Yay. Oh, are we sure this one's actually based on true events? Because the last one said it was too. And you know what? It wasn't actually based on true events. So, you know, 30,000 people reported missing, which is exactly like the first one. And 90% are found within a month, just like what the first one wrote. Some are never seen again. No, this is definitely the sequel, but they're just repeating what they've repeated in the first one. So let me just do a quick Google to see if it's actually based off anything, because we know the first one isn't based on true events, it's inspired by true events, which had nothing to do with Mick Taylor. Alright, so loosely based on the Australian serial killer Ivan Milat, who was serving a life sentence in Australia until his death in 2019. So it's not actually based on true events. It's inspired by multiple events that are known for Australian serial killers. So both films lied saying it's based on true events, because it literally isn't. You can Google these characters. At the end of Wolf Creek 1, they said they couldn't find Liz and Christy. But you go Google those characters and it literally just points you back to the movie. So if it does the same things to this, you guys lied. And I don't like liars, especially in movies. I have to admit, watching this scene play out, and I guess watching the first one as well, seeing Mick Taylor play that innocent larrikin, the typical Aussie bloke, it's such a switch, because John Jarratt is like an absolute sweetheart in real life. But when you watch these scenes, like you go back a few seconds.
Or is that too many big words for you?
See, look at the fear. Like, he's like, bro, what the hell?
Mate, you sure you want to give me this? Bet your life. You have a nice day. Ta.
Like, those cops are total a-holes to him. He did nothing wrong, and they were literally like, let's have some fun with him. He acted like he was the innocent guy. But then you can see that switch in that few seconds, and you're like, he's gonna turn into Mick Taylor. But I think that's really clever, and I think John Jarratt doesn't get enough credit for it. I feel like, even though he's well known for Mick Taylor, just watching those little switches, it's such a clever little thing, and I think that's why Wolf Creek is so huge. Because John Jarratt knows how to go from the I didn't do a thing, officer, to I did a thing, officer. Like, that switch is just so perfect. I feel like this one does it a little better. I mean, you can't compare the two because they're both pretty good in their own little right. But Wolf Creek 2 brings out Mick Taylor straight away. Wolf Creek 1, it took about 30 or 40 minutes before we finally get to know who he is. And then in the first one, it didn't get until like the 50-minute mark where he starts destroying everything. We literally get to 11 minutes 30. He's already killed 2 people with no shame. So this one brings him out and shows how chaotic he really is and gives him the time to shine, unlike the first one. And I think that's what I got annoyed with the first one, because he wasn't shown as much and his crimes weren't shown as much. Whereas first 11 minutes, we see 2 people dead. So like this one's a little better.
Motherfucker! Genau wie der Blutmonk ist, der einfach davon gerast ist. What's wrong with you people? You failed to stop or something! Was ist mit Altruismus?
I feel like that scene was important and needed because a lot has changed. You know, in 2005, yeah, fine, hitchhikers were fine. In the 90s, hitchhikers were fine. You come to now, that film was 2013, come to 2023, we don't trust hitchhikers. No offense, it's nothing to do with you, it's just a bad reputation someone's left you guys, which meant that we don't trust anybody just coming in our car. So if you're in the middle of nowhere looking for a ride, do expect to be walking for miles and miles, purely because no one wants to pick you up because they're more worried about their safety rather than yours. So we're up to the 30-minute mark now, and he's killed another 2 people, so that's 4 people in total since the movie started. He's not playing with these guys. He seems to be just getting straight to the job, and I was like, that's what kind of made the first one good, because he played with these toys. But he's not with this one. He's just straight up murdering them, and I'm like, okay, you're boring now. No offense, but if I wanted to watch someone just straight up murder someone, I would go watch a crime movie, because at least I know what I'm getting with a crime movie. Whereas Mick Taylor toyed with them, showed that Australian serial killers will toy with them, and not just be like straight up dead. I have to admit, both the first one and this one ending quite similar is very rare for a movie or a franchise to do like that. So I like those endings. It's quite the same. It also shows that the lengths that Mick's willing to go. I also realized with this franchise, if you want to call it a franchise, Mick all he wants is a play toy. Like I said in the one for the first movie, he's a cat with his cat toys. He plays with them until he gets bored, then he kills them. So that's what I think of Australian killers and Mick Taylor in general. I think he's brilliantly written. I think he's fantastic, and I think John Jarratt brings such life to him that like I can see what they've written the 3rd one. At least I believe there's a 3rd one on the cards. But like this one is a little bit more intense, but it also, like, my favorite scene is the questionnaire scene, because it just shows you, he literally says, I just want a plaything. That's why he keeps all these bodies. And the fact that twice now he's let his victims go. And twice it has shown the lengths that he's willing to go to prove that, hey, nothing's happening in WA, we're good here, man. Like, do I enjoy watching this? Not overly, but it is very hooky enough that you can't fault it. Like, you can't pull away from it, even though you're, for some reason, you're like, it's not, there's something missing, but like, you still keep watching. And I think that's the great thing about Wolf Creek. I think Craig McLean does an amazing job at what he's written. So I think he's quite fantastic at it. So like, I'm quite intrigued to see if there is a 3rd one and what role Mick will truly have. Because in the first one, he was a sneaky little bastard. In the second one, he's willing to play and make himself the protagonist. You know? So in the 3rd one, what is he going to be? Is he going to be a sneaky bastard? Is he going to be a protagonist? Or is he going to be kind of just like a fox and just in and out of the storyline? Sure, it's going to be the same as the first 2, no doubt, because 2 and 1 are quite similar. The only difference is different tourists and different play toys. But like, let's see what the 3rd one's going to look like then.